Welcome back to the EnergiaSaves podcast, brought to you by Energia, where we discuss innovative ways that school districts and municipalities are transforming their energy liabilities into assets for their districts and cities. Hello, everyone. I'm your host, Kenley Davenport, and with me is my co-host, Kendra McQuillan. In this episode, we will be discussing why it's important to have a proven process in place before undertaking any school district or municipality energy savings project.
That's right, Kenley. And recently in the news, there was a column written by Texas State Senator Juan Hinojosa. And in that column, he highlighted concerns, irregularities, and fraud that are happening in school districts' energy performance contracts, particularly in his state of Texas. And he correctly points out that without proper oversight, what can be a tremendously powerful and positive concept can turn into a project that is really wrought with problems and a lack of value for the school district. So we're excited today to talk a little bit more about that.
That's great, Kendra. Can you explain a little bit more further about what that article was about and what the consequences are?
Sure. So the senator is talking about Texas specifically, but this can happen in any energy performance contract throughout the United States, anywhere. The problem that occurs is that often organizations don't really consider these projects the way that they're constructed, in the sense that these are financial deals at the end of the day. So you need a expert financial solutions, independent provider, and advisor in order to make sure that the foundation of the project is sound. So what happens often is that organizations will partner with an ESCO directly, and there's no one in the middle there analyzing the ESCO's savings calculations, which form the foundation of the financing. So if those aren't sound and accurate, you have a poor foundation for your project. So it's really not anyone's fault, in the sense that there's just not a lot of awareness in Texas or anywhere else that such a role exists. Such companies exist to help municipalities get through these projects with comfort, with confidence that their interests are being protected.
Well, that's great, Kendra. Can you outline what Energia does to ensure that EPCs are correctly executed so that a school district or a municipality, can feel comfortable and protected during an energy savings project?
Sure, Kenley. So I like to refer to our service and our company as your safety net. If you want to do an energy project, we're going to make sure that everything is done properly and fairly across the board. We review all of the energy savings calculations. We really make sure that you have a bulletproof contract and you have the proper expertise on your side of the table. The senator is correct that there can be many problems with performance contracts. But we don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater. We don't want to get rid of the whole concept. What is needed, just like with any capital project or any project at all, if you don't have the right team of expertise in place, that's when problems start. And energy performance contracts are no exception.
That's so true, Kendra. One of the ways we here at Energia work with municipalities and school districts is what we call our proven process for energy savings. This is a 7-step process that really helps make sure that we outline all the different areas and make sure that we don't run into the problems the senator ran into in Texas. Let me walk you through those 7 steps real briefly so you can get a sense of the detail for which Energia puts forth to make sure that our municipal or school district clients are well protected and have a great process to ensure success. The first step is always in discovery. This is where we sit down with the client and review their strategic goals, understand their facility's challenges, and really identify all the different funding options. And there's many different funding options and combinations we can consider when we're thinking about an energy performance contract. The second thing we do is we do what we call an Energia financial assessment, where we gather utility data, where we develop a self-funding model that future ESCOs that we might contract with can guarantee, and make sure that the savings that are provided come true. The next step in the process is once a client has figured out what their game plan is and what they want to accomplish, we put together what we call an Energia project proposal competition. And in those words out there, it's an RFP. It's where we put together and write a detailed RFP outlining the scope specific to that client and what they want to accomplish. There's a lot of technical aspects and custom requests built into this proposal. We make sure all of the information is valid and verifiable. We maximize the value for the district. We make sure it's a comprehensive approach to make sure that the district and or the municipality gets full value out of the contracting process. And then after we submit proposals and do some evaluation and make a recommendation, we work with helping select the ESCO or contractor that the district wants to select based upon the rubric and all the different data points that we've considered. We help them negotiate the contract terms most favorable to the district, and this helps the district create preventable risk. And we find that a lot of times in the contract, there are lots of assumptions made when we're not involved, and we make sure that everyone understands all the different positives and negatives associated with it. Upon getting a contract signed, we start working with no risk funding opportunities. We help with the final term sheets. We help create verification and accuracy for lending officers or other people that might be financing this. And then we start the process. We stick around. We are part of the district transformation process. We oversee the construction. We keep the ESCOs or contractors accountable throughout the process, making sure that what they claim is true and keeping them on task and on timeline. And then finally, once construction is complete, we don't go anywhere. We stick around for a minimum of 3 years to do what they call verification and measurement. And what we do is make sure those promises that were contracted are kept, and that we help the district understand where they stand related to that. The good news is in most cases we see positive outcomes, but in the event there is not a positive outcome, we stand right there with the district to make sure they were made whole by the ESCO. So that's the type of things that the detail that we get into to help our clients be successful in energy performance contracting.
Thanks, Kenley. So as you can see, a lot of work is required to properly protect an organization during an energy performance contract. And when you use a rigorous approach, which is fair, which is transparent, and really the key is control. We bring control to school districts over the process. A lot of times school districts or municipalities, they want to do an energy performance contract, and before you know it, the ESCO is running the show, telling them what they cannot do, shouldn't do. And that, not to say that they're not guiding the school district properly, but there's a lack of balance of expertise on the district side to really know, is what that ESCO is telling me what I really should do, or is it what they want me to do for other reasons of their own? And so without that balance of expertise on both sides of the table, you're going to have, X amount of concerns, problems, or even just at minimum insecurities. We often find that, people wonder, did we really get the savings? I don't really, it sounded good in the beginning, but then, I started getting confused, and I don't know if we really signed a good contract, but we were too far in to even know how to back out of it at that point. And so the key, again, like any project, control, having the right expertise, the right team of experts in place, and starting that way from the beginning. If you do that and you come out of the gate with the right experts, with the right representation, it can be a great project for everyone involved.
Absolutely, Kendra. Your comments are so spot on, and all of our experience that we've had over the last 20 years at working these projects for many different clients throughout our time. We're going to add a link below so that people can get a copy of our proven process so they can take a closer look at how they should be thinking about their district or municipality should be thinking about how the process should go and how they should make sure they're getting the right representation. If you have any questions for future episodes with EnergiaSaves podcast, please make sure that you also send us an email to the link below so that we get an understanding of what you want to hear about, and we make sure that we include that in future episodes. Kendra?
Thanks, Kenley. Thanks, everyone, for listening. We'd love to get your feedback, and please subscribe to stay informed about future podcasts.
See you next time, everyone.